Hey, what's up? This is Dee, and today I'm going to show you this thing right here. And this is black hole. Why black hole? Because whatever is inside of this thing will never see the day of light. So this is a guitar isolation cap, which means we can crank up all those beautiful tube amplifiers. The signal is fed into this box, and there's a speaker inside. There's some couple more things inside, but there's a speaker inside, which is freaking loud. And black hole is taking care of my neighbors so they can enjoy their TV while I play my crank tube amplifiers. So there's literally no sound coming out on this side. Inside very loud, outside very little noise, which is freaking awesome. There's some nice twists about this one. So I'm gonna show you how we built this thing, which took a really long time. And well, what's special about this one? So stay tuned and enjoy watching.
Here you can see black hole in its final position. You can see there is another case wobbling around inside of the big black case, which is mounted to a steel frame, which I will talk about at a later point. And finally, here is what lives inside of black hole. So you can see we have a speaker, and those speaker plates are actually interchangeable. Simply take one speaker out and put another one back in. Well, it's nearly that simple, because those speaker plates are very hard to get out. We designed it so the baffle's vibrations resonate through the entire cabinet, not just the baffle. And this system makes it very, very easy to change speakers. It's basically take one out, plug the cable back in, that's it. And this is Mic Mover. With Mic Mover, you can control the position of your microphones remotely. It is super precise. You can do like really small steps to really find the perfect sound. Save setups, recall sessions from like 2 years ago. This right here is a prototype of the Mic Mover, and we will do some minor changes here and there. However, I will do a video just about this one, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. Back to building the box. Like always, I started out by sketching what the final ISO cap should look like. And I had to consider different materials, thickness of materials. I really wanted to make sure that this box is killing as much sound as possible. We had two major things to be concerned about. The first one being the noise cancellation, and the second one being the actual sound. Because we are basically building a huge guitar cap. And as you might know, the cap makes up for most of the sound. And to tackle both problems, I knew the perfect person to help me to get this job done. This is my dad, and he is amazing at building things that will last until eternity and probably longer. He has all the tools, all the knowledge, all the experience to make this ISO cap happen. I guess he did most of the work, like 100%, but who's counting? Unlike Pünktchen, who really didn't do any work at all, but he's very good at cuddles. We built a total of 3 wood boxes or wooden boxes. The first one being the outer box, the biggest one. The next one is fitting really tight inside of the big box. However, there is a thin layer of green glue in between to maximize noise cancellation. Then we have some more dampening materials on the inside of the box. However, there's also a steel frame with some springs. And those springs carry the third and smallest box. And this is the box where the actual speaker is inside. This is going to become a sidewall for the smallest box. And the wood stripes we attach here are going to hold the speaker in place. Those wood stripes are on the left and right side. And like I said before, the speaker is going to slide in here. And well, the box is coming together. Next up, we attached some dampening materials inside the box. There's going to be multiple layers, and we had to cut them to make sure they fit very tight inside of the box. This gray material is by a brand called Foam, and in order to maximize the noise cancellation of this box, I ordered a lot of samples from different stores. We used different brands and products. But one of my favorite products was actually SH007 by Foam. I think I have about 2 or 3 layers of this one inside of my inner cap where the speaker is. And not only does it really cancel the noise on the outside, it also optimizes the sound on the inside. So if you're on the market for acoustic foam, make sure to check them out. They really do top of the line studio level stuff. You can use the link in the description, and by doing so, you also support this channel. Because I was so busy building this thing, I couldn't take videos all the time. However, right now we're at the point where we kind of like finished the woodwork. So we built the outer cap. We attached the green glue. We put the second box tightly inside of the big one. And then we built the smallest cap and added the first layer of dampening materials. And you know, it's one thing to sketch everything on paper, but it's a different thing to see it in real life. So once we finished the small cap, we put it inside of the big one, you know, just to get a feel for the size. Once we saw the smallest cap inside of the big cap, well, the smallest box inside of the big box, my dad went, I'm going to build a steel frame for this, and we're going to add some springs, and this is going to mechanically decouple the vibrations from the inner box, which will again like maximize the noise cancellation process. By now this cap weighs already probably like 200-300 kilograms. I didn't weigh it, but it's really heavy. I had to carry it up here. That's another story for another time, but it's already freaking heavy, and adding a steel frame, well, that doesn't really make it any lighter, does it? But anyway, having the mindset, well, I want the maximum noise cancellation, we went with it. Well, I ordered some steel and my dad did his thing. He welded a custom steel frame that fits really perfectly inside of the big box. And yep, he approved his work. And here it is, a custom steel frame that fits perfectly inside of the big box. Then we added the box to the steel frame for the first time and roughly balanced it. And you can see it bouncing nicely. Here we are attaching the first layer of dampening materials inside of the very big box. And this is like an acoustic membrane, which is very good for lower frequencies. After we attached the acoustic membrane, we wanted to, well, add the next layer of dampening materials. So I put some glue on it, and well, I'm going to show you what happened, because the material and the glue, let's say they didn't like each other a lot. Yeah, we learned a very important lesson here, which is to always test glues before you actually apply them to the material, because stuff like this can happen. Then it was time to attach toe legs to the outer box, just because it looks cool. And of course, we tested the glue before we attached the toe legs. Lesson learned. We used a roller to attach the toe legs really tightly to the wood. And here you can see why we chose toe legs. It just looks freaking cool. And once the toe legs was glued to the wood, we stapled the corners. Then it was time for some snuggles. He certainly enjoys getting his head petted. With this ISO cap, it's really easy to change speakers, and to speed up the process even more, my dad built a custom platform with a jack socket. And this is what it looks like when the speaker is in place. And by now Pünktchen joined us and got himself comfortable on the chair.
Lizard.
We then applied some more layers of dampening material to the outer box, and this is what the box looks like by now. So we have a couple of different dampening materials. We have the steel frame already included in there, and the toe legs around. What a difference. After a long night, I shared my breakfast with Pünktchen, and then it was time to give the inner box some color. And ledges. Like I said, the speakers are interchangeable, so we built custom baffles for all of them, and also a case to store them, which is actually really cool. And then we finally installed the mic mover. While I don't have much footage of this process, installing the mic mover required some serious consideration of how to best mount it. Then we added some more layers of dampening material and transported this huge box over to my studio. As far as the cabling goes, we used the CatLink multicore by Klotz. The CatLink by Klotz is awesome because I can run up to 4 channels over one single Ethernet cable. So right now I'm using 3 channels for the microphones, and the 4th channel is providing the power for the mic mover. This is super awesome. And everything else about cabling and the mic mover and how it works will be in the next video. So again, don't forget to subscribe. I will end the video by showing you Black Hole in real life. At the end of the building process, we had a loudness meter and we just put it there. It wasn't a clinical study, but you can see there's actually a lot of noise reduction happening.
So, jetzt haben wir hier ungefähr 63.
Auf jeden Fall, wir können uns so unterhalten und hören uns.
Oder? Wir bei 83 haben wir jetzt.